everybody, Wheezy here from Wheezy's Bitchin' Kitchen. How you doing today? First, must have coffee. Ooh, she's hot. When you have her black, she's hot. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, first going to start by chopping some yarrow, which I had harvested, dried, and I'm going to use my fancy mezzaluna, and I'll take it off after. I'm going to chop that up, and I'm going to make it look like this. Very fine. And I'll use this for later. I'm also going to chop up my mullein that I harvested from various areas in and around side right here. It takes a little longer to dry than the yarrow, but this is how you know it's dry. There are many uses for the mullein. And then once I chop the mullein, it's going to look like this. I'm going to show you. Yeah, and so many uses for mullein. We use it for, I make a tincture with it. It's good for the flu, cold season in the winter, early fall, sometimes early spring now. I don't know, it's all year round now, isn't it? So anyways, I'll make a tincture with that. I've tried it. My husband's tried it. My daughter, my mother-in-law, and it works. It's an expectorant. It's really good for asthma, bronchitis. It helps to expel any mucus, whatnot, that is in your chest. Also, if you're a smoker, it'll help expel the nicotine and all the tar, over time. Obviously, it's not going to happen all of a sudden, but you use it on a daily basis, like 3 times a day. I usually will put about 30 drops in a little bit of water and just take it. It tastes like alcohol. It doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's not super strong. I've actually got one here that my son's using right now because he went to Toronto and he has a bit of a cough in his chest. So giving him this. He's supposed to take it 3 times a day, but he doesn't always do it. At least twice, at least get twice in there. So anyways, yeah, so mullein is good it's also good for diarrhea, bladder infections, insect bites. It's good for earaches. You can make an oil with it and put it in your ears. If you have an earache, it gets rid of that. I've tried that. It does work. Sore throats, it's good for that. You would take a tincture for that. Or you can have a tea. You can make it in a tea. So that's that. And with the yarrow, it too has very, very many benefits. It's good externally. It's good for, because it has antiseptic. If you have a cut, you can put it on there. And it also has silica because it'll help heal the wound a little faster. The yarrow also helps stop the bleeding. So it's good for that. It helps to promote tissue repair. It's also good for internally for digestion. It helps to stimulate the liver and get the gallbladder moving. So it's good for detox that way. Oh, sorry, I just got somebody come to the door. Ah! Parcel delivery. Stuff I'm expecting. Anywho, sorry about that. Moving on, it helps to stimulate circulation. This is what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to make an oil. And I'm going to use it for varicose veins. I've got spider veins on my legs. And yeah, so it's supposed to help with circulation. It's going to help the veins basically kind of contract. It helps with pain too. So if you have painful varicose veins, it'll be for that. So I'm going to test that, give it a test run, and hopefully I can help other people with it too. So that's the plan. So without further ado, let's get chopping. This thing's crazy, man. I love it. I think I bought this on Amazon. So it's a good thing I didn't vacuum yet because I better move my coffee cup. Sorry, one more sip. Because this shit gets everywhere. To start chopping, I'm going to bring it down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. How about I back you up? Huh? Yeah, and their little flowers, they fly everywhere. So it does make a bit of a mess, but it's worth it in the end. It's very beneficial for you, and it's very gratifying and satisfying to know that you're helping heal yourself, and your family members. You're helping other people out. I've made face creams and I've done different things, and I'll give samples to friends and family and say, try it out, let me know. And for the most part, if you're consistent with it, it's not a remedy. It's not like a pharmaceutical, you have a headache, pop a pill, boom, it's gone. Yeah, that's a masking situation. But if you use the herbs consistently, you're going to find it really works. So I'm going to continue this, and I'm going to keep going for a while. And when I get into my oils, I'll be back. So I'm back. I got most of it all done. My yarrow is all cut up, good to go. I'm just going to show you how nice and easy this little handy dandy tool is. It barely takes any effort at all. It's just rock it back and forth. Bob's your uncle. So I got a full jar of mullein, and with that I'm going to make my tinctures. And my yarrow, I did have a little extra in my jar, about that much. So I'm just gonna keep storing that. I'll put a date on it, put it in my apothecary, and just keep adding to it until I get a nice big jar full. I like to have quite a bit for the winter stock because, like I said, you can make things with it throughout the winter. So that's it. So look how easy. This is so much fun. I see people using knives and chopping and cutting, especially when you have like thick stems or stalks. This works amazing, and it's also good for pizza. So here we go. We're gonna slap this mullein. Here's my jar here. It's pretty full. Oh, I need my handy dandy. Oh, fun. Okay, we're good. I didn't spill it. So I'm gonna scrape that in there. And I got this other thing that I use for sauerkraut, and this thing is made for plunging. I call it my plunger. It's made with a really nice acacia wood. So it's got the big side for the big glasses and the smaller side for the smaller jars. So look how spongy this mullein is, eh? Boing, boing, boing. Yeah, it's just the way it's very fluffy. It's pretty cool. So, oh, that's the wrong word. That's yarrow. It's got the right thing now. So, just going to put the labels on it. So we're good to go. Now, quickly, what I want to do is get to the yarrow part. So, I have sterilized my jar, sterilized my lid. Now I'm going to dump some of this in here. I'm going to put about 2/3. I'm going to do it over here. You know, it's going to make a mess a little bit, but shit happens. That's why I didn't vacuum yet. I was getting smart. Yeah, I've done that before, vacuumed, and I'm like, got all that shit all over my floor. So I got about 2/3, and that's pretty much what you want. The rest I will store, keep it. I could make a nice salve with that, or a powder. I'm not sure yet, but I got enough here to get me going. So it's nice and fluffy. I'll put this back on. I am going to use extra virgin olive oil today. Put that in there. I go through a lot of oil. It's good to buy it at a bulk if you can, especially if you're making a lot of oils. But if you're ever interested in some sort of varicose vein, any kind of salve, let me know. I'm going to be out on the market soon, my peeps. Working on it. Get rid of that mullein. Okay, we're going to put that in there. And I'm going to get my chopstick. Chopsticks are handy for just getting the air bubbles out, stirring it up. So I am going to add, I know a lot of people don't do this, but I'm going to add my secret ingredient, castor oil. Why? Because castor oil will penetrate deeply. So I'm going to put a good chunk of that in there. I go through a lot of castor oil, I tell you. If you are constipated or haven't had a good bowel movement in a while, take some castor oil, put a little bit in your belly button, rub it in, put it all over, massage. Don't leave a goopy stomach. Just massage that in there, and the next morning, you are going to have a nice bowel movement. I know, how did I get on the topic of that? When I'm making some of this. So, as you can see, it's pretty full. I'm going to add some more because I don't want any air in there. Last thing you want is it to go rancid or mold. So, I will add a little bit more castor oil. Give it a good stir. And what you do is, I already got my label made up. You're going to shake this daily. And yeah, hang on. So I just finished using my handy dandy vacuum sealer. So I'm gonna take that off, put the lid on, put the label on, and I even put what I'm going to be using it for, because I've got a lot of different jars on the go. So now I know what I'm using it for. Keep everything on track. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned a little something. And again, if you're interested in any homeopathic herbal medicines, let me know. Have a good one. Bye-bye.